threw these images together, but I think it kind of tells a story. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently he's on Friday Night Tights.
Damn, he gave us like a piece of gold and he just left us like that. just peaced out. That's the thing, I keep asking you guys like who he is.
That's where
like,
I'm at too. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I see his name over and over again.
And being on this many Friday Night Tights with wonderful people such as Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Heel versus Babyface, RK Outpost, Critical Drinker, and a lot of other people. Like, yes, that's probably an enlightened person who's ready to engage with film in a nuanced manner.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you you're wrong?
What?
And look, these are just the 6 that I grabbed within like a brief search of Google Images and just grabbed, there were more. He's been on there quite a few times. Chris Gore, I know he's not as well known. I wish that Perp could have been here today. We're probably going to do a deep dive on Chris Gore at some point in the future. But Perp is definitely, he kind of sees this guy as his nemesis. Because Perp is more of a film knowledgeable guy than me. He works in and around the industry. And
Michael Bay.
Right, he's Michael Bay. So like it really, he's aware of this guy and he pisses him off for good reason.
I love that clip so much.
Oh yeah, that's a great clip. With
yeah.
Yeah, let's well, I don't care.
I was about to let's check that out. This is when Perp kind of was trolling him on their stream.
Guys, I love you
go.
all.
Lil Movie Perp says, is this where the salty fanboys hang out and complain about not being pandered to anymore? Are we salty fanboys?
He plays Mad World in the background.
I don't know.
I think there are channels that do that better than us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also, I don't care. Like, I don't know.
I don't care. I have no standards.
Yeah.
Just almost like I'm wondering if it was the first time he'd considered that, or if he's just doesn't know how to handle being called out on it. Because he definitely looks uncomfortable in the moment. Like I don't know how to say this.
The other guy was way more on it. He was just like, "Well, I think there's other channels that do that better," which is true, right? He just goes.
I mean,
he just
probably.
Gets like, he just goes like, you'll never look good when you respond like he did. The whole like, well, I don't care, He doesn't help himself.
I'm pulling up a couple of links to look at here, but it's I mean, it's not as obvious. Like, there are people that do it better as far as like the openly, hateful, bigoted people that we normally cover. But that's why I think that this guy, because I think he's on the rise. I think it's a little bit more insidious that way, and kind of in the same way that Critical Drinker is, right? Where it's I mean, obviously to most people, I imagine what Drinker's doing, but he's a little bit more.
It's a little bit more digestible to the average person, which makes it a scary gateway.
It feels like they're just making more and more gateways, like they're adding levels of it. They're adding like levels that aren't as bad as the last one, but like still, yeah.
Born in 1965, which he's older than he looks, I guess. In Big Rapids, Michigan. He's an actor and producer known for Attack of the Show, My Big Fat Independent Movie, and Festival Pass with Chris Gore.
He looks like Martin Freeman.
Kinda, yeah. A little bit.
Just like in his...
So he's been in a bunch of stuff, apparently, that like Night of the Living Dead, he was uncredited. And I can't help but, like, if you're uncredited in a movie, does that mean you can just claim that you're uncredited in things and you don't have to prove it? I can't help but wonder.
True.
I don't know if you guys know, but I was uncredited in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Star Wars trilogy, and all these other cool movies. It's uncredited.
Do you think like big like Phantom Menace YouTubers can like do that with like Rise of Skywalker? Be like, well, we affected it, so we're
we're uncredited writers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's technically kind of true, I think.
Yeah, but, I think an argument can be made for how that movie turned out.
Right?
True.
So here is his channel, Film Threat. Well, this is his channel. I think there's another one we're going to look at that's a bigger deal. And his stuff looks a little less clickbaity.
Feminist erotica.
Uh-oh, look at this. CRT in a nutshell, deconstructing Karen.
Wow.
We can just see what he's saying right now,
So, it was weird because I saw it at D23. I saw clips of this.
Chris Gore's secret is that the other guy doesn't look talking.
And also, I think they ramped up the 3D effects. So they were really going at D23. They were really going for the.
So, but I mean, that's a good example of the way what they're talking about right now might not seem relevant, but it is they give a cover of, and maybe in some cases they are legit having conversations about stuff in film and whatnot. But it becomes more clear once again when you look at patterns. We'll look at some of that. And I'm not super knowledgeable on him either, by the way, guys. Like, I mean, I just kind of started paying attention to him.
Okay, so none of us know who he is. I don't know why I assumed that he was like a big movie deal.
Well, he's getting bigger, I think. So
yeah, he's been on Nerdrotic's Friday Night Tights quite a few times in the past year, and he's like the headliner when he's on. It's like
I found one, guys. I found one. You guys.
Oh no!
Oh my god, found one. This one's called Gore Rant, Disney's gay brand.
Yes.
Oh, I can feel the cringe already.
Wait.
What I need to do is
what isn't he the one who wants more men in Marvel?
He was joking.
Oh.
After the backlash to his comment, he was joking. But I mean, that was why I made that graphic, right? It's like you go on Friday Night Tights, Nerdrotic shit, like so many times, and then you make a comment about make Marvel male again, and we're supposed to assume you're joking when you literally seem to be, buddies with the MCU guy. Like, it's not irrational to think that you're just saying a less cringe somehow version of MCU.
Yeah, I mean, when you associate with a guy like Nerdrotic, right? Go on his show multiple times, the founder of MCU, right? Like, I probably believe that statement more than I believe it being a joke. I think that's really what he means. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I say so too.
I believe it's a statement just meant to test the waters, see what the reaction is.
But
the reaction I still believe that he believes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't believe it. Maybe he's just recognizing that that's where the money is. That's also a possibility.
I think there's an argument. None of these guys actually believe it.
True.
Yeah.
True.
It's and I was looking at some of the comments on some of his videos last night just to kind of get an idea of the community, which is always a good idea to do as well, to get a broader picture of some content creator, right? Because you can look at pretty much any of the chuds that I've normally talked about, and I'm sure you guys too, and at their comment section, and it's pretty telling typically what kind of community that's been developed around this thing. And his stuff, there was a lot of people that were legit like saying, like, this is really good points, and I appreciate his insight into the Hollywood and stuff. And it's like, okay, so there are people who are engaging with some of his stuff as if it's legitimate insider Hollywood info or whatever. But I think that he's kind of testing the waters, and he's basically right now he's got his feet in both worlds. And that's what really stuck out to me. And that's kind of insidious and potentially, I'd love to see where he's going to be in 6 months or a year, but I probably am going to regret saying that.
Yeah, probably.
Quick rant here.
There's Strange World.
So Strange World, strongly disrecommend. I do not recommend seeing this movie. Do not recommend Strange World at all. And definitely if you have young kids, they'll be bored. And even if you have teenagers, they'll probably just make fun of it. I have a solution to all of this nonsense.
Wait. How does he know that though? Like
because he's a teenager.
he's a child.
look at his hair. He clearly thinks he's like 18 years old.
I don't even have to comb. I don't even.
He did not justify that statement at all. He was just like, don't take your children will be bored because,
and if not, they're gonna make fun of it.
Yes. Yeah. At least he didn't.
His hair is an interesting choice because it actually looks like he has some mousse or something to do that. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. I have a really important comment that I have to respond to. Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
I am very tempted to check it out. It does look like fun. And
watch party on stream.
That's a really good good way to look at it. He's like if John Campea went to the dark side. And John Campea definitely dips his toes into some cringe here and there, but like generally he, and I disagree with a lot of his perspective, but you know, and that's kind of proof right there to me that I don't just dislike people that have different opinions than me, because Campea's got a lot of opinions I think are fucking stupid and like, you know, I don't know where he's coming from with it, but generally he seems to be giving his honest opinions about what's actually happening. And
I am not a huge fan of his actual film critique or anything like that. That being said, you know, occasionally he's right. And I always get the sense he's just giving me his honest opinion. He never, like, sometimes he doesn't like to call them out by names, but sometimes he will clearly be calling out Fandom Menace people. He's definitely not part of
it. So yeah, already 30 seconds into his rant, and he's already made a couple of claims that, I mean, it's pretty clear what agenda he has here, right? Like if you're referring to Disney as having a gay brand, like why didn't you refer to it previously as having a straight brand?
Exactly.
You know, because it's even if he's not like a, you know, hateful homophobic guy or whatever, like it's still just it's not good. It's the kind of content that, and like your video Turf the other day was fucking excellent. Look at that if you guys want more context on this movie in particular, and how the narrative around it is fucking so good. And you know, I think I said in the comments, I'm like, your videos make me want to quit YouTube because they're so fucking good. I'm like, I can't.
Shit.
I don't have to make content. Turf's got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, why am I doing this? I'm basically like, I look pretty bad compared to this.
I have a solution to all of Disney's problems. To all the problems that they're facing right now. Okay. And I need to tell you about this, and I want to get your thoughts on this. A freaking IKEA chair. We have seen.
Man, is that what it's like? Is that what it's like when I do drops? Is my shit that cringe?
Yes. I'm glad you finally acknowledged.
I'm done. No more drops, guys. No more drops. Never again.
Was that what he wanted to show us, or was that just like his intro thing?
My face is over Chris Farley. It's great.
I don't know.
Hey guys, look at this. Look at what I just did.
I didn't realize that my drops would be like that. Like seeing it now from the other side. Yeah. I'm sorry. Everybody.
I don't understand it.
Disney include
I don't understand
a secret gay agenda in a lot of their programs.
That's exactly what yours are. I'll be here like just about to say something. You just cut me off with some random.
The secret gay agenda in a lot of their programming. The last.
Okay, so I don't know if you addressed this before, Turf or Bob, the secret gay agenda thing that they started really talking about with Lightyear. Do you know the source of that? The interview that was a
they
source
keep on
of
talking
that?
about like there's some sort of boardroom meeting. I keep on asking for a source and nobody can give it to me.
There is it's, you know, it's funny how they can understand irony when they're doing it, but let me see if I can find the source of it.
I mean, maybe was there an interview done during Pride Month or something?
I also just love the whole like secret gay agenda. When it's like if you ask people who like progressive people, they're quite open about that they want more gay representation, you know?
Right.
Unlike the overt heterosexual agenda.
which is why it's like the person I'm you know, when she said it, I think it was go away. Was being completely ironic. So Yeah, so conservatives have been slamming the footage online. As Disney faces criticism for not fighting a controversial Florida bill sooner, video footage from an internal call shows executives explaining the company's supposed atmosphere of tolerance. So this is from the Advocate. So they're pro LGBTQ. That's literally what they're about. Because I made sure to find something like that instead of the alternative that also came up when I Googled. Let's see. Animation director Latoya Ravino, it's a cool name. Director on shows including The Proud Family, was depicted in the video. She described feeling concerns when she first worked at Disney because she heard rumors the company played it too safe with content, which is generally the criticism from the left, that, you know, putting something like a gay kiss in Rise of Skywalker and then patting themselves on the back is not really, it's not doing anything. It's almost like an insult more than just not having it in there at all. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard, she said in footage that has since been posted to Twitter. In my little pocket of Proud Family Disney TVA, the showrunners were super welcoming. Vice President Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. So I felt like maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened. They were turning it around. She discussed pushing to place same-sex couples in the background of shows, a shift at Disney, which for years came under fire for censoring such images and downplaying what little LGBTQ plus representation existed.
So basically, she's just a decent person.
Yeah, and then there's this guy is just straight up a grift and fucking chaos agent from the right. He's the guy that pushed CRT as being some evil thing that's going to be, and then whenever they started the groomer thing, he was the guy that started that too. Like, this guy is responsible for so much of the harmful discourse from the right in the last couple of years. And he admits it. There's like clips of him saying that, yeah, I did it on purpose. I figured if we can get everybody focusing on saying this, then that's good for us. And of course, he's the guy that wants to act like this is somehow insidious. Here, we can check it out.
It's like, I love Disney's content. I grew up watching, all of the classics. They have been a huge, informative part of my life. But at the same time, I worked at small studios most of my career, and I'd heard, you hear whispers. I'd heard things like, oh, they won't let you show this at a Disney show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little sus when I started. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard on my little pocket of Proud Family Disney TVA. The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel like I felt like it.
So that's what they are acting like is some big bombshell that just exposes Disney's evil agenda.
You've really done her dirty with that pause.
Oh, yeah. God. All right, there we go.
There we go.
So yeah, that's it. What do you guys think? Is that insidious or what?
Of course.
Oh, how dare she want equal representation? How dare she acknowledge that non-heterosexual people or non-white people exist? What's wrong with her?
How dare she expose her own secret, but not so secret at all, the gay agenda? How dare she?
Let's break down the language of that phrase, because I've seen it mentioned a lot, right? And then that's what fucking Piss Gore just said. Not so secret gay agenda. The agenda is that representation matters, and having more representation for human beings that exist in society being represented in the art that represents the culture of the society in which we exist is a good thing, and actually makes more sense than keeping them out of the art, right? I mean, at this point, basically everybody knows gay people. There's enough of them. They're not some hidden thing where and you probably know that they're not insidious people that are trying to, I don't know, do whatever shit they say they're trying to do. But yeah, not at all secret. So it's not at all secret. And I think that's kind of a little bit of a ironic poke at the same type of people that act like it is a hidden agenda, right? Is that what it comes off to you guys as?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so, yeah, to act like it's some kind of bombshell and this proves something and look how sinister or whatever, I don't know. But let's see what this guy has to say, I guess. Unless you guys had anything else.
I just can you do one of your little pop-up things? I felt I was mean before. I want to give you the spotlight.
What do you mean?
One of your what are they? Your
what are you talking about?
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
There we go.
Yay! All right.
Well speaking.
I appreciate your sympathizing with me. I was definitely, my heart was breaking a little bit. So.
I can tell you looked hurt.
Last 3 Disney films that I've seen, or Disney properties that I've seen, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever features a lesbian couple.
What? What?
Shit! I took my kids to see that. I can't believe this. Oh God, what have I done? What am I?
I mean, didn't we already talk about the explicit sex scene in that movie?
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the explicit, the really hardcore one in Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I love his face in this after he said that, as if like the way he's like staring into my soul right now after he's just said that there's a lesbian couple in a movie.
Yeah, just.
You really got me with that one.
Truth to you. Lay down.
Well, he hasn't finished his thought. Maybe the next thing he says is, "It's awesome. I love that they put it."
I really
I love
this. This is the same thing I search up on Google.
That's a thing, a joke I've made before, right? Like when I, coming up in my day, getting a copy of like Wild Things or Cruel Intentions or whatever, and then like pausing it and rewinding the scenes where the women kiss or whatever, that was the cool thing to do for dudes, and now it's like, I don't understand what happened to men, like straight men since then. Because it's just like, oh, lesbians, like what? That we used to think that was awesome.
Bro, lesbian porn used to be the shit, but it's
man, you guys really have let yourselves get programmed. But yeah. So let's see. I bet he says something positive next.
Very nuanced.
Willow is all about a princess and her love for another woman.
Oh yeah, wait, it's not actually about that, but that I guess that's an element in it, so therefore it's all about it.
He's making a list of the reasons he thinks Disney's great, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is amazing.
the title Disney's gay brand is great.
Yeah, it's a positive. He means it in a positive sense.
We're gonna be like, this is so based, guys.
We're really gonna have egg on our face for thinking that we're gonna find something, negative about this. So we'll admit when we're wrong.
Disney Plus, and now Strange World, an animated feature from Disney, features a gay character, a young boy who has affection for another young boy. This is not so secret anymore. That Disney,
it wasn't secret when she made the comment. You fucking moron!
It's never been the secret.
Oh my god!
How dare they acknowledge these people exist? Terrible.
It's so weird, like especially they really freak out when it involves like a teenager or a kid who's got some gay feelings, some romantic feelings for another same sex. It's like, where were you when it was, dude, the kids having romantic feelings has been a thing in kids movies forever.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. And it goes back to that idea that they sexualize anything that's not hetero.
Yes.
And not cis as well. Like that's where fundamentally where their fucking disdain for this stuff comes from, is this weird idea that if you're gay, that just means that you're just a sex fiend for the other sex, and if you're straight, then it's you can have nice, sweet, innocent, romantic feelings, but if you're not straight, it's all about being a sinister sex agent or something like that.
Exactly. Like when they talk about like a heterosexual like a teenage couple in like a film, right? It's always like oh, the boy has the crush on the girl, right? But it's like if it was two boys or something, right? It's like a gay relationship, the language they use is so clear, like it's so obvious that it's I don't get how people don't see it.
No, like here's the crazy thing. These guys are probably fine with like their teenagers watching something like Animal House, but then like freak out over Lightyear. And it's like, are you serious? Are you
Or like Revenge of the Nerds, where the hero literally sexually assaults a woman, and everybody's like, "Yay!" Yeah, that was, I think that was a little too far. Honestly, they shouldn't have had that in the movie. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Kidding. We already did that joke. We don't need to do it again.
I love that part of Lightyear, though. I completely disagree. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. It really is. Oh yeah, the new Chucky show. I've definitely seen some people, get mad about that. And look, I've watched Chucky. Season 2 was not really nearly as good as season 1, in my opinion. It was a little over the top and stuff, but it had nothing to do with the fact that the main character's gay or anything. That stuff was actually interesting in the first season. In the second season, it's not as interesting, but in the first, it was good.
There's a Chucky show?
Oh yeah, dude. It's especially, season 1 is dope. If you're into Child's Play movies at all, I recommend it.
Whoa.
No, come on.
Listen, I just want my straight media, which is why I only watch Friday the 13th, or not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yes.
Yeah, the straightest movie ever. Yep. I got you. No, I did not know that. Wasn't there some stuff with John Kay? Didn't he do some stuff? I don't remember the details, but that's interesting that they're friends. Damn. I think John Kay did some grimy shit or something like that.
Bro, I never knew there was a Chucky show. I liked Child's Play when I was younger.
Well, who didn't, right? We were children.
That is actually a franchise I've never dove into.
I would hope you weren't doing Adults Play when you were younger. Like, come on.
No, I mean, you never know.
Well, that's the insinuation behind this kind of content. Is he's basically saying groomer without saying groomer.
Yes.
The same way he said Imshiyu without saying Imshiyu.
Let's see if he gives us a twist.
That's what it was. Yeah, John Kay was into teenagers.
So I have around like probably like 10, 15-ish good minutes left.
Okay. Cool. We'll try and get through this then.
Is taking its broad mainstream content made for the mass population and including gay storylines. There's nothing wrong with that.
Then why are you talking about it, you dipshit?
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Sorry. You just countered everything you just said. And everything he's gonna say from now, So I was like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's
a good. I'm gonna take a screenshot real quick. Got it. All right.
Honestly, I should make a video like that where I'm just like, I spend like 5 minutes just setting up. It's like, so Disney have like showed all the times where they've like shown gay things and then just ended with just like, and that's okay. Just the video just ends.
It's pretty cool. I know my gay friends are really cool with it. Like, they're glad to see some representation, and it's about time. Thanks, guys. Hit like and subscribe. Oh my God, that's true. The Seinfeld defense. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But let me go off for 8 minutes on how it's wrong.
Right. Oh yeah.
These guys do that all the time.
Dude, it's just their whole thing is based on, weaponized reasonable doubt. And they know that they have to typically say, no, it's not right that this one black person was murdered by cops, but to act like it's a big problem, that type of thing. It's
exactly like they always need to sprinkle in that little oh, I'm not saying this, right? And then they go on and say it, right? But they've said they didn't say it, and that's enough.
Yep.
Like they would be far more successful because what it's doing is it's turning off a certain percentage of the audience that really don't want their kids, say single-digit age children, exposed to any sort of content like that. I have a solution for this. What Disney needs to do, Disney needs to go full gay. Full gay.
All right, I wasn't expecting that turn, I'll be honest.
No. I was expecting to be like, release 2 versions.
Okay, all right. Well, fair enough. Maybe he's a bigger he's a bigger ally than I expected, and I will admit if I was wrong. Let's see.
On a completely spin-off brand, and they could call it Disney Sparkle.
So segregated content.
Woo!
Okay, so he is going exactly where I thought he was going with dual releases or something like that.
So yeah, this is the same. This is the equivalent of being like, no, I don't think that, black people should have like less rights, but they just shouldn't be able to do things in the exact same places that white people do it or whatever. Like,
release
they
them in
should have their
special
own
theaters.
It's full on segregation of like content, It's,
Yep.
it's it literally would be the same as saying like, I don't mind having black people in movies, right? But like, why don't we just create a separate like Hollywood for just the black people, right? It's this, and then to call it Disney Sparkle.
Yeah, that really kind of gives the game away a bit more. But like, it's you know what it is? It's the same exact thing as the Seinfeld defense. But it's also just the and I think I said this when I was probably a teenager too, before I understood that it was fucking stupid. But like, well, okay, look, I get that they're gay, that's fine, but why do they have to hold hands in public or kiss in public or whatever? It's like, it's not a fucking valid thing, because like, why did you not care when it was, the only possible reason for that is like you have some kind of fucking internal revulsion towards it, which guess what that's called? It's called a bunch of biases that you need to work through, but in a word, it's called homophobia. It's called bigotry. Yeah. So this has been a roller coaster. Look, he's unpredictable compared to a lot of the guys we cover, so I'll give him that. But he's also a fucking coward who just say you don't like it. And he's also using the cover of vague people that exist
it's just a joke.
And he's just like, a lot of people don't like that. And he's saying essentially that it's not me that doesn't like it, but I mean, people, they're turning away audiences, not me. And that's not why Strange New World, as Turf Nation covered in his video, I should link that unless you want to drop the link, Turf.
I'll find it.
Yeah, that's not really anything to do with it. I didn't know that Strange World existed until the discourse about Strange World popped up.
Yep.
Which kind of tells me, just, of course, I'm just basing this
off.
Very
movie. I mean,
they didn't promote it.
Black Panther, which is the same studio, so it's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, the reason BET is kind of a, that was like, at least back in the day, that was more segregated content, right? I mean, it was out of necessity, and it's good that it existed at all, but the fact that they couldn't get stuff greenlit, not good. Oh, God. Every time I have a solution, I headcanon. Please don't be a final one. Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
man. So, yeah, this is really upsetting, to be honest. Like, you're a fucking coward, Chris Gore. And I'm only speaking for myself. I don't want to speak for these guys, but I think you're kind of a fucking cowardly shithead. And at the very least, doing content that gives credence to some extremely harmful ideas. But, you probably are aware of that.
Yeah.
So
this really strikes me. He's just straddling both sides. So that way, whichever way this breaks, he can be like, oh, yeah, no, that's always where I was at. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bisexual position that he has, where he's like cool with both sides. Sorry,
yeah,
just trying to.
And I feel like people will see it as like oh, he's given something for both sides, right? But one side is it's okay to be gay, and the other side is we should separate gay people from heterosexual people, right? And gay people shouldn't be in movies. It's not like oh I'm just looking at different perspectives, It's like, no, you're there's a clear difference between the two perspectives.
Right. It's like, and I'm sure you guys have heard this in your comments a lot. It's just like, oh, you just don't like the other opinion, the opposite opinion, or something that kind of tries to straddle the middle, where it's like, well, you're extreme and they're extreme or whatever. And it's like, hold on, man. The halfway point between a lie and then like just observable reality is not the truth. You know what I mean? Like that's not how it works. Me telling you that your mother is on fire, and then you looking and she's like, no, she's not. There's not a middle ground where it's kind of true. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Is it the insidious thing is that in some ways more insidious than the more obvious chud content is that this kind of like is foot in the door rhetoric. Like this can let people who have some biases, who maybe aren't super hateful, but they are kind of like, yeah, why do they have to have gay storylines in this stuff? They're sure to, and that can definitely be an entry point into farther right ideas. So, but yeah. Do you guys want to look at any more, or do you feel like we got?
Let's just go a little bit more.
Yeah, I kind of want to go a little bit further just to make sure this is where it's going, but I'm pretty sure where it's going.
And Disney Sparkle is specifically gay storytelling. Gay storytelling for toddlers, gay storytelling for single-digit age kids, gay stories and shows and animated series for gay teenagers. Disney's got to go full gay.
I just wanted to say that, like, a lot of the stuff he's even talked about, it's not even like the gay stuff is like it's front and center. It just exists for the most part.
Like what is gay storytelling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just having any representation of gay, and even he's running defense and for bigots. Like there's no way to look at it yeah, man, okay, look, if you can establish a pattern that anything gay in a Disney film or whatever is causing the box office to, tank every single time or whatever, I guess there would be some argument to try to approach it from that, but still, it's stupid, and it just isn't happening. Like one movie comes out that he's supposed to be a film guy too, and he's not considering the lack of marketing. He's not considering all these other factors, Black Panther, that people don't go to theaters as much, and just to act like that's the only factor in this, it really gives the game away. You're zeroing in on a gay subplot essentially that's just not even, it's not sexual from what I understand. I mean, I don't think it is.
I haven't seen the movie, but it sounds like honestly it might be that Black Panther Wakanda Forever might have more prominent gay representation than Strange World. Maybe I'm wrong, but like it seems like it.
Yes, I mean,
there are so many things that have gay people in it that these people just like Game of Thrones has a lot of gay people, and like very in your face, right? That's not woke, right? That's just because that was in 2011 that came out. That was before all this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, House of the Dragon, which the Fandom Menace generally were praising after they changed their rhetoric from talking shit on it, has a gay subplot. Like, whereas the dude that Rhaenyra marries is gay.
Yeah.
And runs off with another dude or whatever. It's like, yeah, they didn't mention that.
The thing is, they would. I'm pretty certain they would have wanted. I think they would rather have wanted like House of the Dragon to come out like at a later period, so that and then like for it to not be good, so that they could focus on it and make like have another Rings of Power, than it being good like it was and them enjoying it. If that makes any sense. Like I feel like they would rather have wanted it to be shit so they could have actually used it.
I would disagree, just because I think the reason that they shifted it to being it being good is because they recognize Rings of Power had more hate built for it already.
Yes, and that's why I mentioned like at a later period so they could have like another high, right? I know that like it helped a lot in their hatred of Rings of Power, but I feel like I don't think they'd really care much about how good the show was. Like they would have been fine if like at another point that show had come out, it was bad, right? And then they could just have another of those, because these periods when there's something woke, like their new big thing, right? The Captain Marvel, the Star Wars, the Rings of Power, those periods are when they get so many views. They would sacrifice like a good show to have another of those periods for a couple months.
Well,
And
that's why
they're coming faster and faster. Like just this year, we got She-Hulk, we got Rings of Power, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting. There's definitely more.
Well, those are the main ones that really got because they're always aiming for a Captain Marvel or the Last of Us 2 or the Last Jedi. Like those are the pinnacle for them. Those are the ideal, and so everything that comes out, that's what they want to happen. And sometimes it actually works. Like, and it's happened a few times already this year, like you said. I don't think Wakanda Forever hit the way that they would want it to.
No, I think they're trying with Willow, but it's not hitting as well.
And it's kind of, it's worth, I guess, researching maybe the three of us. I don't know, like, why do certain things work and some don't? You know what I mean? For them that way.
Oh, look at that. I just got a notification of a comment. The Critical Drinker is a fantastic film critic.
Man, you're really telling on yourself and your understanding of film with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy right here, and wow. Do you guys want to watch any more or what?
I'll leave it up to Turf because I got the gist.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you over if you need to go, Turf.
Yeah, you should probably go.
He's really run away.
You're just excited to get rid of me.
Oh, thank God that mermaid eating fool's gone.
Yeah, where do you think I'm going?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean that's true too. We've talked about that. Like if suddenly everything was just, okay, we're not going to do anything that you guys think was woke anymore, these guys would be, struggling to find work. And it's, another thing about Chris Gore is that he fits the pattern that I've talked about where where so many of these guys are at some point worked in and around the industries that they talk about, but maybe didn't really get the success that they probably wanted, or they were, kind of kicked out of the industry for various behavior and stuff like that. It's just a pattern you see over and over again where and to me, it's just like they feel entitled to be involved in the industry to the point where they just start grifting this way. You know what I mean? Robert Meyer Burnett used to work on some Star Trek stuff. Now we need to look at him sometime. He does Star Trek kind of commentary generally, and he gets into some chuddy points.
Really? I did not know that about him because I recognize that name.
Well, he's also like buddies with. He's been, I think, on Friday Night Tights as well, or at least in orbit to a degree.
That's disappointing.
And then fuck, there's so many of them. And now Kevin Sorbo. There's not all YouTubers. There's like the public figures that basically they were popular and now they're not anymore, but they make their second career saying insane bigoted shit.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Always make sure to use Kevin Sorbo's proper pronouns. It has been.
Yeah. Well, Turf, man. I don't know. Maybe we should watch your video once you're gone, just to kind of give context for the Strange World thing. But it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's. I wish I could stay longer for these ones. Hopefully, once I start getting more time again, I'll like stay up later. But yeah, it's been great as always, and I hope you guys have a good romance session, whatever you guys get up to without me. And
definitely gonna get gay.
Oh yeah. That's always
just like Chris Gore. I'm getting out before it gets too gay for me.
But we're gonna go over on we're gonna go on YouTube Sparkle to do it because
Random Initiative Sparkle.
Oh, I have to make a graphic for that now. So
God.
Yes.
Anytime we talk about gay stuff, I'm gonna pull up the Fandom Initiative Sparkle.
Like wait, we're on the Fandom Initiative channel. No, we need to switch over.
Sparkles.
we should all make like separate channels, like the actual Fandom Sparkle, Organized Chaos Sparkle, Turf Nation Sparkle. I think it's a movement,
or just like actual parentheses the gay fandom, and then like Organized Gay Chaos.
Yes.
And
then eventually, I mean, because since it's Gore, he can probably get some of his friends to do it, and we get stuff like the Gay Drinker and geeks and gay gamers. It's like there's so much potential, and I'm glad that Chris Gore has opened the gates.
The gates, yeah. He's really making strides. His ideas want to really just platform LGBTQ creators to the point where they're just platformed on their own over here in the corner, and we don't have to. If you don't want to look at them and not acknowledge they exist, you don't have to.
Exactly.
Which is just bigotry.
Yeah. But like, to end off, like from what we've seen of him today, he's a fucking idiot. He's a loser, and he's just he's a grifter. He's bigoted, and he's really fucking harmful, right? Like the videos he makes. Yep. Yeah, don't like him. Now send me off with a cool little one of your things.
Well, I mean, just to your point about Chris Gore.
This guy is a grifter.